Boo.
That's right. In this video, you'll get to hear my really boring voice. And here we have day number 1, the skeleton drawing of Iggy for my profile picture, which I originally did not plan to be an everyday thing for the month. I originally planned just one-off drawing and potentially some comics, but then I was given the idea to do a drawing every single day of October, like a Inktober style thing, but why not do it with digital art? And that's how this was created. I then gave the skeleton red eyes because my partner suggested it and I thought it looked really cool. And I also gave it a little worm because I like the little guy, he's cool. Obviously, this is my OC Iggy, I use him for everything on every platform that I'm available on. And that's about it, that's the first one done. Okay, right, a bit of context for this one. Many of you who follow me on Twitter should know about this character, Kelly, that I created not too long ago. I posted their first bit of concept art and I deleted it because a variety of different reasons. I was mainly a bit worried that it would be seen as fetish content because of the body type and stuff, but that's probably just my paranoia and anxiety. But in this pic, it really doesn't help, because I've made them look kinda... I wanted to go for a vampire feel. I don't know if I really achieved that in this. This whole thing has been an experiment. This whole month of doing drawings every single day as an experiment to try and further develop my style. And I don't know if I achieved that with this. You be the judge. Is this good? I don't know. Alright, this is obviously Sam the Witch. Sam is another one of my characters I've not drawn a whole lot of, and I'm starting to see, upon reflection, that some of these pieces didn't turn out the way I wanted them to. Like, only halfway through the month I started actually doing a sketch of how I want the drawing to look, then doing the drawing. In these you can tell I just started drawing with no base whatsoever, and you get weird arms and stuff. I like the hair and the colours I used in this. I think those are my strong points, doing colours really well and having them blend well together. And backgrounds, I've been told that I'm always really good at doing backgrounds, but one thing that I got a lot of criticism on with the blending colours, I always use the colour black to shadow on, like, for example, the pink. It's like, it doesn't fit well, in my opinion. With a lot of these pieces later on, you can see that I definitely improve, which is the whole point of the experiment to begin with. I wanted to try and get better at drawings, but that's all there is for this one. Okay, now this is the first one I can actually say I'm properly proud of, because not only am I a massive fan of the Terminator film series, but mixing it with Sumo 9000, one of my other OCs, it was just a no-brainer, let's be honest. Again, a lot of these characters I've not properly done bios for, not publicly anyway, between friends, yeah, but this one, there's not a whole lot to say. It's just really cool in my opinion. I think the hair looks the best in this one. It's a bit shiny, but it is meant to blend with the metallic skin because they're a robot, cyborg, whatever you want to call them. Still not fully sorted it out, but the background looks really cool too. And this is the first one I can say I'm really proud of, and it's the 4th out of 31. Yeah, pretty cool. And here we have the first Duchess picture. Little warning, there's going to be plenty of these for this. So, This was around the time I'd just gotten back from seeing Beetlejuice, and I thought, at this time I was thinking, all of my characters I've got to make horror themed, so Duchess as Beetlejuice. Did it turn out well? I don't know, I don't think so. I think there are better Duchess pictures that I did in this month. There's not really a whole lot to say. I think I could have done it better though. Once again, for those of you who have read the most recent comic that I've uploaded, Zero Nova Greatest Show on Earth, you'll be very familiar with this character. This is the puppeteer, aka Chloe, and this is another one I'm really proud of. I love the colours, and I think that the line art actually turned out well in this one. Like, the arms don't look all fucked up and weird, and yeah, I think it's an overall really good drawing, and I love the background's okay. I think I wanted to try and go for a really dirty look, as I do with most of my drawings, especially traditionally. But yeah, there's not a whole lot else I can really say, really, except for it fits the character well. Oh, Jesus Christ, I gave myself a heart attack already looking at my own artwork. Well, this one, you can tell I've definitely experimented on this one. I mean, look at the colours and everything, the brushes. Well, this one's Serena, supposedly the most beautiful character in my universe. That's debatable. Probably this is the only picture where she's looking at her most prettiest. But yeah, as you can tell, I was experimenting with the hair using different brushes, and I don't know if it really fits well with the outline I made. It's a confusing one. She's supposed to be a demon in this picture. I don't know if she looks like a demon or if she looks like a meth head. I don't know, but this one was quite fun drawing because I wanted to draw it to scare people. I don't know if I scared people or made them burst out laughing, but all I know is I definitely scared a couple of my family members with this picture, which is kind of what I'm aiming to do. Like, I like to draw scary stuff because it's cool. As a side note, if I haven't made it clear already, I use ibispaint for my drawings, so yeah, just thought I'd let you know. And here's Viper. Just like Serena, I went with the same hairstyle with the brushes and everything. It was an experiment. You'll see it a few times during this whole month, whole development process. Well, a couple of things I want to say is, I like some aspects of this, and I dislike some. For example, the horns, I don't think they look right at all. I'm not a fan. But aside from that, I do like the clothes. I like, because the hair colour is meant to be black, but if anything, it just makes Viper look... He's got grey hair, like he's an old man. Which is kind of true, because he's a demon, he's thousands, millions of years old, he's an old man. So, I think the eye is probably one of the best parts of this, but it's meant to look really gooey and horrible and bleh. But it doesn't look how I envisioned it would be, and I just couldn't get it to look right. The hand fist with the really long dagger-like fingers he's got, the claws, I think that looks alright, because I'm terrible with hands. Every artist knows hands are a bitch to draw, but it's alright, I guess. It's just the horns that I'm not a fan of, and the hair. The gem in his forehead looks pretty cool. The clothes is probably one of my favourite bits about it. I'm experimenting with different brushes to get different effects, but yeah, background looks cool as well. Not much else to say, really. I'm going to be saying that a lot, aren't I?
Number 9, number 9, number 9, number...
Introduction of Chris, half demon, half angel. Is that cool? I don't know. This one, as you can tell, I'm continuing the trend with the weird hair, but I think for this one it makes sense, because half of the drawing is my usual art style, and then the other side, to show the demon side, is more grungy style. I'm trying to go for more dirty looking stuff. I've even had to slow down this video just so I can talk about it. So, as you can tell for this one, the character's got a different head shape compared to most of the other ones. Usually they're quite round, but in this one, it's got a bit of a point, and I actually drew pupils for this one, and this one looks kind of vastly different to what I usually draw, honestly. It's not really a whole lot else I can say. I'm quite proud of it, but again, I know I could have done better with the demon side, with the weird hair and stuff, but yeah. So this one, I believe, is the first actual new OC that I created specifically for this month. Her name is Jenny, and I gave her the supernatural kind of feeling with the tarot cards and everything. She appears again later on in this month, but yep, I experimented with a new eye design, which, you know, I don't usually end up drawing eyebrows, and that's not gonna change unless, like, in my newer drawings post October, I've actually been drawing them now for more facial expression, because I think that my eyes on characters give off the expressions better than eyebrows and noses and ears, whatever. Yeah, cool character. Here is another character created for the Zero Nova comic project. This piece is of Puppeteer's henchman called Ace, also known as the Ticket Taker. I really enjoy this piece. There's just one thing that really bothers me about it, and it's around the top right where his hat is. His hair, just for some reason, it just doesn't look right. I was close to saying this is one of my favourite pieces, but that one bit alone it throws me off quite a bit, and I think I could definitely have done it better. Yeah, I mean, I plan to eventually do more pieces of these characters, but you know, I love the colours, so this I believe look perfect. Probably one of my most mysterious characters yet. This character came to me in a dream, so there's not really a whole lot I can say about it. Aside from that, I like how this one turned out. I think I used the same hair technique again I had on some of the previous pieces, where I made it... Try to make it look... Yeah, as you can see right there, it doesn't look right. But I'd honestly prefer the original piece I made for this ghost girl character. All I can say is I really like the colours, and the question marks in the background look really good, because she's the mystery character, you know. Nobody knows anything about her. So on to the next one. And here the monster from last month's Speedpaint video returns for day 14, but it's more of a snake than a titan monster in this. Well, it's still a titan, but this one's more piranha plant snaky, rather than, well, in the last one it was like a big kind of giant with arms and legs. This one's just kind of got weird vines, so it's more plant-like in this one. Like last month you could see that it was very furry. But in this one, it's more like a giant Super Mario plant. I've never really given this species a name. I just wanted to create a really scary monster to scare my family with. Because I get a lot of criticism saying all my stuff is too scary, which makes me want to make more scary stuff. Whether or not you think this is scary is entirely up to you though. But I enjoyed making this one. Thought it was quite good. The green looks good. Different types of green. Then the teeth look pretty rank, if you're asking me. Anyway, if you've watched Liminal Land, one of my most recent videos, You'll know who this character is, except you won't know who this character is because she is yet another mystery character. What's her name? What does she want? Who knows? Yet. Yeah, she'll play a big part in my stories later, but yet again, the hair criticisms and all that. But in my defense, I was going for this sort of style because I wanted it to look this way, and I wanted it to look wrong and not right, if that makes sense. Because she's meant to be very scribbly, so she's the scribble girl, and I like this one. I really like it, especially the shirt. Like, it makes it look like a child's drawn it, because that's the sort of style I'm going for this character. The background could have been a bit better, just felt a bit generic to me. But I know I'm the one making these backgrounds, but, you know, I still think I could have done better. But overall, the character looks really cool. This drawing marks the end of an old habit I had, where instead of planning out my drawings, I just draw straight onto the piece, which created some really big problems, let's be honest. So overall, this is probably the final piece I did in that sort of style, where it's just like, draw right onto the piece, see what happens. The backgrounds always look, in my opinion, I'm really good with my backgrounds, and I think these always look good. But this is Axel, the character that I'm using here, and well, let's be honest, he doesn't look the greatest, and it's meant to show his regeneration powers, that he's been hurt and he's healing himself. But I think this is really a turning point in my art, because as you can see, you'll see in the next piece, I definitely improve after some criticism I got in a comment, and I was like, okay, let's try something new, which you'll see right about now. And here we are, the first picture done using an actual base. To be honest, I originally planned Salamander to be the one on the cross, and I'll show here what it originally looked like. But I chose Daisy May because I wanted to create another scary picture, just like I did with Serena. And well, around this time the Amazing Digital Circus episode 3 came out, and I was like, okay, I want to pay tribute to that somehow. So I drew Daisy May looking like she's been possessed by some kind of demon. Maybe she has, or maybe she's just pure evil, because she is pure evil. The bitch puts in milk before the cereal. Who does that? Anyway, again, really good background, and I think she actually turned out really good in this one. Not much else to say, except this is probably where I actually begin to get really good during this month of drawing. To make up for the lack of Salamander in the last piece, considering that he was going to be the original character instead of Daisy, I chose to make him for this piece. I originally wanted him to be dressed as Ghostface or Michael Myers, but I never got around to making it happen. So instead I just gave him his hunting axe. And this is the first piece I did where I actually planned out what it was going to look like on the digital canvas instead of drawing it on paper first. And I think it turned out really well. Again, that's just all I can say. The colours look really good, and the shading looks like chef's kiss perfect in my opinion. Except for the background, because as you can see, there's some white blending in. It's meant to, you know, I couldn't get it to look right, which sucks. But later pieces do get better as we go on. So, you live and learn. Hey look, the Duchess is back. That's always good. This is the second piece I did for the month, including the Duchess, because I didn't want to repeat characters all the time. But unfortunately there is quite a lot of filler in this. Well, you'll hear my thoughts about that at the end. This one is the first Duchess piece I did drawing the base directly onto the canvas. Overall, one of my favourite Duchess pieces I ever did. Except for one problem. The hair. To this day, it grinds my gears. Why did I draw the hair like that? I was experimenting. I was still experimenting at the time with what I thought looked good, but even today, I wish I did it. I want to redraw it, and I'll probably end up redrawing it next October. So yeah, another Duchess picture done, many more to go. Well, this officially marks the end of me drawing every single individual hairpiece on a character, but it also begins the vent art for the month. I brought back my character Anna from a piece I did sometime in August, and this one kind of reflects my mood at the time, because at this point, the next day was my birthday, which I'll get to, and just stuff going on at that time. I was just really unhappy, so I'm probably going to end up saying more about how I felt than the actual art piece for this. Overall, it's a really personal piece to me, because how she looks is how I felt at the time, and you're going to see another one in a bit that shows just how down I was feeling with a load of different things going on in my life at the time. So I'm just going to cut this off here, and I'll see you on the next pick. Congratulations to me. The 21st of October 2024 was indeed my 21st birthday. Release the balloons or confetti. I was originally saving this character for the 31st of October, but once again, thank you, Elk. I was convinced to do this one on my birthday instead of doing something like Iggy. I ended up doing a little pumpkin character, which, let's be honest, looks more like a orange than anything, or a weird skeleton zombie creature. I don't know, I just kind of needed something to draw, because on my birthday I wasn't planning on drawing anything, but at the same time I had to commit to the daily art thing, and I ended up creating God knows whatever this is, because it sure as hell doesn't look like a pumpkin to me. But anyway, its name is Blumpkin. Blumkin? I don't know. Next picture. Here we have my absolute favourite picture of the month. Just the Duchess in a box, in a gift box. And to be honest with you, like I said, this is my absolute favourite piece I've done for the month, because it's not particularly scary, but it's probably just some of the best art I think I've ever done in general. Like, the colours look good, the background looks good, it's just the Duchess in her purest form. There isn't really a whole lot to say, except for I really enjoy it, but you can tell in this one that I definitely, the Tim Burton influence is definitely there, because that's one of my main inspirations for even making the character. So I guess I owe a lot to him. Here we have a sketch, a really short one, of Ruby decapitated, because quite recently, at the time of when I drew that picture, I had brought back Ruby from one of my old characters, and that's all I can really say. There's more to say in the next drawing, which showcases Ruby and Suma 9000. Iggymuncher Productions refuses to commentate over this next sketch due to personal reasons. We apologize for the inconvenience. Here we have a returning character in Ruby, along with Suma 9000, who I'd previously drawn on day 4, I believe. And I wanted to make this into a short comic, but I just made it a one-page skit of the two meeting each other, Suma 9000 being a robot to defend humanity, and also a slight Terminator-inspired character, whilst Ruby kind of the same sort of character when she's the Division's main robot, cyborg, no, not cyborg, android. And it's just Suma 9000 and her meeting, because I hadn't drawn Ruby in about 3 years, and I like the shading that I did on Suma 9000's hair and eyes, and it's quite different. The colours of the eyes, and like for Suma and Ruby, it doesn't say their gender or anything, it's just colours that I like to use. Here we have Gwen Simons, who is an angel, the ex-wife of Viper, leader of the Pantheon. But she also is the mother of Chris Simons, who is another character that I featured this month. Half angel, half demon. I wonder who the demon on Chris's side might be. Hint, hint. Gwen's quite difficult to draw, as you can see with the original base I had drawn. I wanted both arms down, but it just didn't look right, and it still doesn't look right now with her kind of one hand on her, just leaning on her, I guess, because you don't see the rest. It was a interesting experiment. I don't really know what else to say about it. I liked the clothing pattern I used, but for some reason the arm just doesn't look right. Though I could say that about a lot of my different drawings. But what I learned from it, just to spend more time on the actual base, because I was very much on a schedule, because I had to get things done quickly to be released at a certain time. So it's quite stressful. Imagine seeing her at your Ring doorbell. This is the final Duchess sketch that I've did for the month, and well, it's pretty good. Obviously not my favourite Duchess sketch I've done for the month, but it's quite funny. I don't really like the texture I did for the wood and the grass very much, because I just feel that the wood, especially for the floor planks outside the building, I don't know, it just didn't look right. But you know, I think it turned out okay in the end. I think with this picture you can definitely tell I was starting to get pretty tired with the daily pictures, and there's a load of stuff going on in my personal life, which I'll get to at the end. There's a little message at the bottom. It's just meant to be Iggy / me just holding a sign saying I'm so tired, because at this point I was so tired with posting every single day, trying to make original content. It was getting to me, and I felt like you know, you've got this far, you need to finish what you started. And yeah, more of that to come at the very end. For this one, instead of drawing one of my characters, I decided to go for one of my gritty looking backgrounds that I draw. And this was just such a relief to draw, because for the past 28 days, 29 counting today, I'd just been drawing characters non-stop, and it was just getting to me. So now I get to draw the background art, And I felt really positive afterwards, and I felt like, okay, I'll try and make the next two drawings the best I can. And, well, we'll see how that went. I'm still very pleased with the outcome of this drawing, and it's probably one of my favourites from this month. Well, here it is, the final drawing of the month. And I chose to go with Jennifer, again, who appeared around the beginning of the month. And it's not a scary picture. I just wanted to close off the month with something I wanted to draw because everything leading up to this day had been incredibly stressful, both in real life and in the whole art world. Trying to come up with... I felt really creatively drained, and trying to make anything felt kind of impossible. So, just drawing Jenny looking kind of worried about something. What is she worried about? Maybe she was reading some of her tarot cards and got unlucky. Well, as you can tell by the card, there's a skull on it, and shortly after that, even in my personal life, there was some, well, some things happened I wasn't particularly happy with, so maybe I cursed myself. No, obviously I didn't, but who knows? Well, looks like we made it to the end of the month, somehow. I'm gonna be completely honest, this month felt like a mixed bag. It was a good experiment. I felt like I properly developed my style in new ways by finding new techniques like shading and different types of brushes that I could use on ibispaint, and finally actually drawing a base before I even start drawing, because originally I'd just go onto the canvas, start drawing, I'm like, yeah, it looks alright, but no, I've managed to evolve and I feel like I've become better at it. And for this final day for Halloween, I drew the pumpkin. Drew a pumpkin, and I made it look like the Duchess. So technically this is the final Duchess drawing of the month, but I count the CCTV one more as the final one rather than this one. And let's just go straight into my final thoughts. So what did I think of this little experiment? Well, I enjoyed it overall, and I feel like I've certainly improved as an artist because I finally developed my style. As since this whole experiment, I feel like my art now looks very much more kind of, but from what other people have described, it kind of looks plastic-like. I don't know if that's weird to say. Don't know how else to describe it, but I kind of agree. Especially with the shading, it kind of looks almost plasticine-like, or like kind of 3D. And I feel my art is a lot like my line work is a lot less wonky because of the bases for the characters. Obviously, with my artwork being cartoon-like, I don't really focus on lifelike sort of thing, so I won't have stuff look realistic, mainly because I feel that I want my art to be more abstract, I suppose, and I want my views to be put into drawings. So I guess that's one of the big problems I have, especially with when I was in education, being told to draw exactly what I see in front of me. And I just wasn't a fan. Obviously, I had to do it, and I did, to the best I could. But at the same time, I felt like I was being blocked. Like I just couldn't draw what I saw. It had to be, draw it exactly like this. And for some, that might, like, they may get on well with that, but I really struggled and I just like I can't just obviously draw cartoons all the time because I did draw. I used different media and I developed, and I even used to draw trees. And when I tried drawing them in my cartoon style, I was told that it didn't really match well with the characters. That's why whenever I tried drawing each individual piece of hair on a character, I felt like this looked good, but it didn't. They didn't contrast well together, I believe. And well, it's really hard to put into words how I feel. But overall, I think I did succeed. But at the same time, with personal stuff going on, because at the time I was having some friendship issues, which is what really made me want to rush and get this out. Like, oh, I have to do this now. And the same can be said about even the one I didn't commentate on. I refused to because of how I felt at the time. Uh, yeah, and would I ever do this again? Like next year, would I ever do another October speed paints? Like do a picture every single day? Well, who knows? Who knows? It could happen. Future, like it could. The future is always changing. So maybe next year I will actually end up doing a full-on month's worth of drawings, and I could do a proper in-depth review of each picture. Which, you know, with this one, I just wanted to do quick little commentary saying if I liked a piece, what I didn't like, if I didn't like it, what I liked, what I didn't like about it. And you guys tell me in the comments if this is something you want more of and how I can improve these sort of videos in the future. Because I loved making this video despite it taking almost 2 months to make. I really want to do more videos like this. So if this is something you all want to see, do let me know because I'm always open to. I'm always here for criticisms. We at Iggymuncher Studios highly recommend that you do not ingest jewellery or any metal objects. What you just saw in that image was simply fiction. Obviously there are no ginger puppets that consume jewellery on a regular basis. Those don't exist. The ones that do exist are hiding under your bed. Thank you. Now I know what you're thinking. Where are these? But where's that? Mainly because of technical issues, I wasn't able to put these in the video, but as a bonus, you're going to have some of the memes that I ended up posting onto YouTube Shorts. Enjoy!
If you got sent this video, then you are either very cute or Evil Larry will execute you on April 10th, 2025 at 11:30. I was just being a silly Billy, like usual.
Hello?
That's when I see evil freaky Billy walk in.
Who wants to get evil and freaky with me?
Gets the hell out of here, freaky Billy.
You removed my what? I removed your right kidney while you were sleeping last night. No, 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 no. Why are you shaking and crying and getting your tears all over my hardwood floors? That's not polite.
Why is it in a cage?
Because it growled at me.
What are you doing?
Talking to God.
Is he telling you to kill everyone?
Yeah.
No, that's Satan. Hi, Satan.
Hi, boys.
My bad. I did that on purpose.
This town is big enough for the two of us. Doesn't the saying normally go, this town isn't big enough for the two of us? Well, yeah, but we can share. I'm okay with it. You're my best buddy anyways.
Life update. I'm still alive. Surprisingly.
Wow, I haven't stubbed my toe in 5 months, I said with joys. I was then shot 57 times.
About it before we go. Not everyone can become your friend by catching you steal. What are you doing, Zay? What the heck? I don't even understand what's going on. Get off my bed.
Turn off your computer and make sure it powers down. Drop it in a 43-foot hole in the ground. Bury it completely, rocks and boulders should be fine. Then burn all the clothes you may have worn anytime you were alive. Virus alert, you need immediately before someone gets hurt.
I like bugs.
Aw, that's cute.
My daddy makes me smoke cigarettes if I don't eat my skitty.
Oh my god.
I got string in my pocket.
Okay, it's the end. You can go now.